Okay. I just crashed Planet Coaster 2, which I call Planet Coaster 2000, by riding a roller coaster. I was frustrated with the game and I thought, okay, I'll show them riding a roller coaster. It'll be fun for everybody out in YouTube land. It was not because it crashed. So there's no record of it because when the game crashes, it crashes the uh, the program that's recording the video at the same time, usually. So this is one I just got today, Dragon Age The Veilguard, or however you say it. And I just want to say, I've got all the previous Dragon Age games. I've never played them more than, say, 10 or 15 minutes into any of them, so I don't know why I bought this. I like the idea of Dragon Age. The execution of it usually doesn't work for me. Having said that, this is really my first look at it. I haven't watched videos about it, and I've never played it. So I don't know what it's going to say, I don't know what it's going to do.
I knew him as Solus. Smart, thoughtful, loved to hear himself talk. But long ago, he had a different name.
What was
The
that?
Dreadwolf. Ancient elven god of lies,
There's only one
or
god.
heroic rebel against tyranny, depending on which story you believe. In his desperate fight against the corrupt elven gods,
There's only one god.
Solus imprisoned them, creating a veil that split our world from the raw magic of the Fade. He had won. But the veil cost the elves everything. Their magic, their freedom, even their immortality. Now, Solus wants to tear down that veil and undo the damage he caused, even if that means our world has to burn. Somebody's gotta stop him. And that's where you come in.
Me? I didn't even understand any of that. Are you saying I have to be an elf? There's no other... I'm confused. I mean, it's okay if I have to be an elf. I didn't think that was how these games played. I have real issues with like every one of them, but that's the closest to what I can stand right now. Yeah, I'm a man. He, him. Let's continue, although I would like purple hair or something if I'm allowed to do that. Rook is a Grey Warden, an ancient military order sworn to battle Darkspawn and other monsters. I don't know what any of this is. The Warrens undergo secret unbreakable rites that grant them supernatural powers against the dark. Bonded in blood, gain reputation with the Grey Wardens more quickly. Light Killer. Deal increased damage versus Darkspawn. I don't know what Darkspawn are. Vigilant training, base defense and health are slightly increased. That's one of the things about these games. You don't know anything about them when you're creating your character, and yet you're supposed to create, you know, a character that's going to work well in the game. Rook is a vile jumper. This daring group explores ancient elven ruins in the Arlathan Forest. Although founded by elves, they welcome anyone brave enough to face the land's reality warping magic. Close to the Veil, gain reputation with the Veil jumpers more quickly. Deal increased damage versus Fade Touch. Deal slightly increased critical and weak point damage. Makar. Rook is a shadow dragon. The underground resistant opposes corrupt rulers of slavery in Teventer. Coming from all walks of life, they are determined to bring justice to the people. It doesn't sound bad. Gain reputation with the shadow dragons more quickly. Deal increased damage versus Venatori. Well, I always wanted to do that. All my life, I've said to myself, I've said, I want to deal increased damage versus Venatori. Your class-specific resource regenerates slightly faster. Gain reputation with the Lords of Fortune more quickly. Deal increased damage versus mercenaries. Perform takedowns on enemies with slightly less effort. I like slightly less effort. I've lived my life on slightly less effort. Gain reputation with the Morn Watchers more quickly. Deal increased damage versus undead and demons. You can apply additional affliction stack on targets. Of course, there's no way to know what any of this means. I mean, obviously I could look it up online. Rook is an anti-Van Crow. Swift knives in the dark. The crows are ruthless assassins, both respected and feared as Antiva's shadowy protectors. Gain reputation with the Antivan Crows more quickly. Deal increased damage versus Antaam. Hold extra potion. So is this the one we said we liked the most? I don't even remember anymore. I think it was this one. No, I guess it's this one. I have no idea. And again, it doesn't read this to me out loud. I have to read it to you out loud. So I'm doing more for you than this game that costs a bunch of money. Backstory. Breaker of bonds. Rook risked everything to liberate the enslaved people of Teventer, even knowing it would anger the ruling elite. The founding of Rook was adopted into a military family. The foundling, Rook. No wonder they don't read it out loud. They can't pronounce these words either. The foundling Rook was adopted into a military family and joined the Shadow Dragons to fight from the shadows for change in Minrathos. While guarding a visiting dignitary who was investigating a slavery ring in the nearby city of Nessus, Rook concluded that the mission would fail without throwing caution to the wind. Alone, he sneaked the dignitary deep into, wouldn't that be snuck? He sneaked the dignitary deep into Venatori-controlled zones and brought him back along with the rescued slaves. These actions brought Rook to the Venatori's attention, and the Shadow Dragons decided to keep Rook out of sight. Yeah, we'll go with more forgiving combat. First name. I don't feel like my name should be Jarrell. I'm an elf, right? You can customize the main character and a few events from previous game Dragon Age Inquisition. This will have some minor effect on the story, but can be skipped if you wish to move on. Obviously, my name is Keyshot. I'm not allowed to change my last name. Let's hear my voice.
Time to get to work.
That's good enough. I'm not sure about being an elf, but I didn't see any way to choose not being an elf. And I don't know what other choices there would be. I don't know anything about this game, so don't ask me if I'm sure. I'm not sure about anything. I'm sure there's only one God, but you talk about many, many gods. So, and now you give me a black screen. What am I supposed to think about a black screen, huh? Did you ever think about that? Ever? I should point out, in case the loading screens are long or anything, that it told me I wasn't allowed to have top tier graphics if this wasn't installed on a SSD. So it was installed on a hard drive because I obviously have a lot more hard drive space than I do space on my SSDs. I have like 4 terabytes of SSD space, most of which is taken up already with other better games or the operating system or whatever. And I have about 100 terabytes of hard drive space. So most things are going to be installed on a hard drive. I understand that things won't load as quickly on a hard drive as an SSD, but I don't think there's a way to add 100 terabytes of SSD space to my computer, and if there was, I probably wouldn't be able to afford it. Well, I had a black screen, it came to something that wasn't a black screen, and then it went back to a black screen. So that's not very encouraging. I'll wait a couple more minutes. If I don't get something that's playable, then I will shut off the video and I will still upload this.
So, where were we?
I don't know.
Oh, right. Him.
Him who?
Our best plan is to stop the Dreadwolf before he can perform his ritual.
Okay.
After following his trail across half the known world, we finally tracked him to Manrathus, capital of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, good.
But to find the Dreadwolf in a city this big,
yeah,
we need a local expert.
okay.
So, naturally, Our story begins where all great stories begin. With the seediest bar in town. And a missing contact.
Does anybody know what this guy's talking about? Or if we'll ever get to play?
Let's try this again. Where's Nev Gallus?
You think you can come into my bar and make demands?
I'll do more than demand.
Nev Gallus is my only shot at finding the Dread Wolf. I'm not leaving until I know where she is. Be ready to talk by the time I get to you.
Darling, you're adorable. Not enough gold in the world for this.
Barak, now!
Meet Bianca. She'd like you to stay a while.
Nev Gallus.
Dumat Plaza. The Venatori cultists took her to Dumat Plaza.
Thanks. Your friend Nev Gallus. He's at Dumat Plaza.
I heard. That's why you're my second in command. Although, for the record, there was probably an easier way to do that than fighting an entire bar.
Hey, whatever works.
It got us Nev's location.
I'd rather...
Come on. Harding will be worried.
I would like some purple hair, please.
All right. Break's over.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her. The Archon's palace. Something must have gotten them riled up.
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
Spare a coin,
We
please.
don't want to look conspicuous. Just get out of here nice and casual. Find Nev Gallus and stop Solus.
I'd like it
You
better
still
if it
think
was
you can
first
talk him
person.
down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Go on then.
Are you gonna keep walking? Okay, I guess I'll walk without you walking. I don't know what's going on.
Wait! But I didn't do anything!
Get down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Jungle Boogie.
Word travels fast in
Down,
Minrathous.
Get down.
We've got to help her.
Why? Because she's a blonde?
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we... Oh, crap.
We're too late.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go! Harding's this way. She'll get us to Dumat Plaza, then Nev will get us to Solus.
Let's go! Solus summoning demons on purpose?
My guess is the veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the cracks.
My guess is this may not
The
be
veil comes
playable,
down completely?
but it may not matter.
And the whole world is going to look a lot like this. Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
Why is F the jump key? The word jump doesn't start with an F.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the door as quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
Me neither. Of course, I don't know what we're talking
And what
about.
about you two? Are you okay?
YouTube. You know about YouTube? I'm making a video for them.
That was a lot of demons. The Archon's palace was taking shots at us too.
Gets the blood pumping.
Have you got my gear?
Right over there. Where's Nev Gallus? Wasn't she at the meeting point?
The Venatori got to her first. They grabbed her before we arrived and paid off the bar owner to keep it quiet.
I'm not surprised our detective did something to piss off a cult of murderous blood mages, but their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Rook, you're with the Shadow Dragons. I figured you'd know Minrathous better than I do.
Sure, but Minrathous is huge, and this is nowhere near my neighborhood. I can try.
Don't worry, scouting's my specialty. Follow me.
Follow me.
Eyes
Boys,
up.
follow
We've got
me.
company.
When you think you really think that's the time. How come everybody has projectile weapons except me? And we are seeing a lot of black
Demons,
screens.
here they come.
But this isn't on an SSD, I admit that. Use your light attack up to 4 times in a row to create an attack chain. The last hit is the final attack and deals increased damage. Okay, they don't perform a light attack.
I think that's the last of them.
Good. Let's get to Dumont Plaza and find Nev. You two all right? Patch yourselves up if you need it.
I don't get it. If Solus tears down the veil, doesn't that destroy everything?
Solus always talked about how beautiful the ancient world was,
That world existed before the veil, and he wants to bring it back.
even if his ritual kills us all in the process.
Okay, so where are we going? What are we doing? Hello? I don't know where this stupid plaza is, people. Don't have me lead you.
You are in violation of Imperial order.
Oh no, I think that's Dumont Plaza.
Crap. Let's move.
They're the ones who made trouble at the bar!
Mandatory cult
outposts! Reinforcements to be here soon!
I hate these assholes.
Hey, watch your language. This is a G-rated
Looks like
YouTube
the
channel.
Venatori put up a barrier to block the way.
Can we not have long, involved conversations in the middle of the fight? I honestly don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure things out.
More intruders!
Avenge our fallen brethren!
Friendly bunch of cultists, aren't they?
Resistance must remain indoors until the magical anomaly is fully contained.
Is this dumbass Plaza?
Come on. Guess we're sliding down.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing. Use tab to select your new driving kick ability. It requires 50 range to use. Of course, I don't know. Warriors generate range by striking enemies with weapon attacks. How am I supposed to remember all this stuff?
They're allies of Neb Gallus! Kill them all!
Have we crashed? Okay, we have some sound, but... Okay. After all the money I put into upgrades, that's what I would think. The person's out of range. Okay, well, if you won't close, thank you. Now you're stuck. I'm going to report this to YouTube. Looks like